When Rosenthal asked me to do this panel, I had been in the radio world for about 6 weeks, so a hot minute here. The good news for you is that there are a lot of other experts on the panel who can tell you a lot about what's going on. And there's an awful lot going on with smart audio and streaming and, of course, podcasts. Just want to tell you a little bit about our experts that are going to be coming up. Irene Noguchi, who is the executive producer of Today Explained with Vox Media. She's going to really talk about how one podcast comes together and how they have had to evolve over time. Steve Lichtai, his executive producer of podcasts and audio for NBC News and MSNBC, and he's working on an overall strategy for the organization. Courtney Bitterly is lead for R&D at the New York Times. She's very focused on what the audience is looking for and how the Times will pivot to the next thing. Emily Withrow is the director of the Quartz Bots Studio, and I think she's got the fascinating job of really going after the holy grail here in terms of personalized audio interactive experiences. And of course, Jessica Stahl, who is the director of audio with the Washington Post, which has done quite a bit in a short period of time on that. I just want to give you a little bit of an overview so you have a sense of the urgency, I think, of this issue. When I look at where smart audio is right now in podcasting, I really think about the situation that was facing newspapers about 10, 15 years ago and still not pivoting as much to digital. And this is the area that, for those of us in the broadcast world, is probably our biggest threat and opportunity. And it is a great opportunity for everyone else. The podcast boom right now, you all know, since Serial came out in 2014, podcasts have really taken off. Of course, they were there before that, but that was really kind of what burst into the mainstream. More than 660,000 podcasts and growing right now. That's content in more than 100 different languages. And when you think about that, really, to me, it reminds me of the 90s when everyone suddenly could be a news blogger. Everyone had a blog. And then, of course, we all know only the strong were able to survive. Everyone has a podcast. 51% of the U.S. population right now that's older than 12 is actually listening to podcasts. And they're doing it with a good bit of frequency. You know, 1/3 of the people listen to the podcast in the past 30 days and 17% in the past week. There are a number of people that are actually listening to, multiple podcasts throughout the week, have made it a regular schedule. NPR has, had quite a few podcasts that have been very popular. And just in the past couple of years, they went from 3.5 million downloads in 2016 to 5.4 in 2017. And of course, there is money attached to this. Podcast advertising spending was estimated to be about $250 million in 2018, and that was actually up from only $133 million in 2015. So it is really, really moving in a big way and building. So the other issue that we're facing right now is smart audio, and as you all know, that's the smart speakers. That is, Alexa, it is Google Home, it is Siri, it is all the different ways that you can get access to your favorite audio. According to the latest smart audio report from NPR and Edison, more than 1/5 of the adults in the U.S. own a smart speaker, and actually a whole lot of them own more than one. I mean, they're all over the house now. And from 2017 to 2018, the number of folks that were actually using the smart speakers grew 78%. Now, when you think about that, and you think about those of us who are going over the air on radio, that's quite a bit of competition, but it's also quite a bit of opportunity to catch people not just in the car, but to make their listening habits a part of their entire day. 29% of the folks who own smart speakers are actually using that speaker several times a day. In addition to the 19% who are using multiple speakers multiple times, there's another 24% about once a day. It's not really a case like it was maybe 3 years ago, where a lot of people were getting smart speakers and were in fact kind of they were cool gadgets to have, and people weren't exactly sure what to do with them. We know from all of these numbers that people know exactly what to do with them now. And so, I want to turn it over to Irene so that she can talk about exactly what it is that they're doing with the podcasting at Vox to get that opportunity.